Hello, I'm Richard Pinner here for Igna Education at lovely city of Bordeaux in France for the EUROCALL 2010 conference, and this is actually day before the conference starts, but in our enthusiasm we have arrived early. And this is actually the first time I've made a podcast or video blog or vlog, as some people call it, although I don't really like that word. So I'm just going to document the conference as I go along, and I'm also going to film my own presentation and make it available online as a podcast. Just that's how easy it is to make one. Anyway, we're off to get coffee, so see you tomorrow. After the opening ceremony, the conference was kick-started by Graham Davies, who has been working with CALL since the early 70s. He was Professor of CALL at Ealing College in London, which later became Thames Valley, and is now part of King's College London, where I've just finished my MA. Graham is now retired, although still as active as ever, and currently running the Calico EUROCALL Virtual World SIG. His keynote was, as he put it, a trip down memory lane, although he did add comments about the current state of CALL and what we might expect in the future. For me, the most interesting aspect was in the history of CALL and the way he was able to reflect on the rich history that surrounds the field. The slides from the presentation are available on the web, but the best place to meet Graham would be in the EUROCALL Calico Second Life Island. I've put some links to some of Graham's projects on my blog, but the best place to start is the ICT for LT website, which he still maintains. Obviously the theme of the conference this year is languages, cultures and virtual communities, and there have been so many talks of interest around these themes. It's impossible to summarise them all, and one of the nice things about coming to conferences like this is the ability to build your own communities, and that was another of the themes. So it's been very nice to kind of meet people and get to know people. So if you haven't been before, I recommend coming. Anyway, I'm going to go back and watch the last two sessions, and then I'll be reporting on tomorrow's sessions as well. It's day 2 of the EUROCALL conference. It's the 10th of September 2010. And just watched an interesting keynote speech from Andreas Land, which is all about collective cognition in CALL, and it was very interesting, really, all about how collaboration through wikis and new Web 2 technologies allows for something beyond communities of practice, but collectives of practice, which is a concept he introduces. And yeah, it was very interesting from a socio-cultural perspective. But aside from that, I wanted to mention something about this beautiful city of Bordeaux. Obviously, one of the benefits of having it in such a beautiful place is that you've got this kind of lovely surroundings and the food, as well as the wine. And about 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, Bordeaux became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it's really nice to come here and get to experience that as well. So anyway, we're off to get some lunch. Okay, for those of you who've downloaded this podcast to get a sense of the EUROCALL conference and are thinking that there's a bit of a lack of the social events from the conference, yes, I have to fess up. I haven't actually been to any of the social events because we've been enjoying Bordeaux too much, and today I'm not even having lunch at the conference. We're going to come to this wonderful restaurant called La Carré, which is very reasonably priced and incredibly delicious, so let's not worry about that. My lack of coverage was not for lack of social events to cover. There was a welcome reception with cocktails on the first night, a cheese and wine evening, and the conference dinner. More of that to follow. One criticism of the conference, if you can call it that, was that there was too much to do. I often found that there were at least 3 or 4 overlapping parallel sessions which I'd have liked to be able to attend. Thank God for abstracts. just come back from the Teacher Education SIG Symposium, which was very interesting, and particularly the Avalon project, which Gary Mottram was talking about. And now I've just come back to work on my own presentation, which I'm giving tomorrow, because tonight we're going out for the conference dinner. So I thought I'd get everything ready and just go through my slides one last time and enjoy a little glass of wine while I'm doing it. There were over 300 delegates from the conference, and so I was very surprised when we arrived to find that the conference dinner was a sit-down affair. Delegates had flown from all over the world to attend EUROCALL in Bordeaux. The largest nationality group was French, followed by Japan, surprisingly, and then the UK. I'm not sure if it was inspired by the large number of Japanese delegates, but the conference dinner also featured karaoke. The European style of karaoke, however, rather than the Japanese method of having private booths. So, 300 people were subjected to each other's singing, which wasn't always well received. The high point came when we were able to watch Graham Davies take part in the YMCA. However, when the Macarena came on, it was time for us to call it a night. The keynote speech for the day was in the evening, given by Bernadette Charlier. Her session was all about the effect of new technologies on education. Sadly, I did not attend as my session was first thing in the morning. My presentation was actually my master's dissertation, which I had just handed in the day before the conference started. It was a small research project about teachers' attitudes to and motivations for using call. If you've never presented at a conference, I would highly recommend it. I'd also given the speech before at the Antwerp Call conference a month before in August, so by the time it was over I was pretty tired, as you can imagine. Okay, so it's the Saturday and it's the last day of the EUROCALL conference, and I've just given my presentation. And I had a fairly good turnout actually, considering it's the day after karaoke. So I was very pleased about that. The conference went really well, it's been really good fun. And now though I'm not going to stay around, I'm going to be a bit cheeky and we're off to Arcachon to enjoy some beach action because I'm very tired. But it's been great at EUROCALL and I hope to come again in the future. Thanks for watching.